That's the reality of it. Where you get the truth, where you get the real, where you get to see all the things that's going on all around you. That's the reality of it. Where you get the truth, where you get the real, where you get to see all the things that's going on all around you. That's the reality of it. Where you get the truth, where you get the real, where you get to see all the things that's going on all around you. And we tell it like it is.
Welcome to That's the Reality of It. I'm William.
And I'm Kanika.
And we have a fantastic show coming up for you again this morning. So they can't go anywhere?
Nope, you cannot go anywhere until you see us again on the sofa.
There you
with
go.
Some hot guests and some great content.
Absolutely. So we'll be right back.
So I switched my car insurance to State Farm. I saved $480. You know what that is?
Yeah, don't say it.
You know what it is, right?
Yeah, don't.
It's a lot of dough.
Switch and you could save $480 with State Farm.
It's a lot of dough.
See if Bryant Jenkins in Reisterstown can save you a lot of dough.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
They say a picture or painting is worth 1,000 words, and to make those words stand out, you need the perfect frame. That's when you call the professionals at Framing Place. The framers at Framing Place are perfectionists, and they will highlight the beauty of your painting or pictures to give it that perfect look that will also complement your home decor. The highly trained professionals at Framing Place take meticulous care in every step of creating that perfect frame. For more information, go to framing.com.
Okay, we're back here with my favorite urologist, Dr. Segman from Chesapeake Urology. And today we're going to talk about testosterone. I don't know why. I think you know why I can't remember that, because I really don't need it. I already got it going on.
Here we go with that. Neo-machoism.
That's why I can't just fathom in my mind.
Okay.
Because, you
got it, baby.
But tell me, Dr. Segman, why is that so important to a man?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me back today.
Absolutely.
It's good to be here and talk about that. Men see all these ads on TV these days about testosterone. Is your testosterone low? And, it's important. Testosterone is a male hormone. It's made by the testicles. It's also made by the adrenal glands. And it's important for being a man. It's important to be able to have a deep voice. It's important to be able to have a little facial hair.
It gives you a deep voice?
Well, it's part of it. But it also helps a man be a man. It helps a man with their, sexual drive and sexual functioning.
Okay.
A lot of other things that people aren't aware of. It's important for energy. People with low testosterone can feel a lot of fatigue. Depression, anxiety is associated with low testosterone. Problems with their bone health. Problems with diabetes. It helps to regulate insulin in the body. Also helps as far as cholesterol goes. So there's a lot of things that testosterone does, and we're learning more about it every day.
So how does a person know that their testosterone levels are low? Because some of the things you just mentioned could be attributed to other types of health-related reasons. Maybe
Absolutely.
Not
So basically, I see a lot of people in my office these days, and the big question is, do they have low testosterone? They also call it low T. They see the ads, they say, is my energy low? Is my sex drive low? Am I having problems with my sexual function? And then they come and see me. So what we do is we like to get a blood test, and we get a testosterone blood test. If the initial test is low, then we'll go ahead and get a whole bunch of other blood tests, try to figure out why it's low, and then we talk about different, therapies as far as replacing testosterone.
So the first clue is if your sex drive is low, or if you're maintaining, able to maintain in your sex encounters is low, or
that's part of it, but it's also the energy part of it too.
That takes energy to stay to last.
Absolutely.
I know that doesn't last that long. You're crazy.
But you'll see men who, they're vigorous at one point in their life. All of a sudden, they have a hard time getting to the gym, a hard time waking up in the morning. They just feel fatigued. They're a bit irritable, and they're just not feeling like themselves.
They have a hard time being hard.
They have a hard time performing.
Okay. Performing, politically correct.
Yes, women go through it too.
Women go through it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Women go through menopause, and we actually call this andropause.
Andropause.
And that's almost a male menopause.
What ages does that affect? I mean, can young people be
They certainly can. You know, we're finding that, you know, a fairly significant amount of 45-year-olds actually have low T. You know,
Wow.
about 20% of 45-year-olds will have low T. It's a very prevalent problem.
Now, the ages start at 45 or younger?
Well, I've seen it younger, but, you know, typically in the 40s is when some people might start noticing some of the signs. They'll come in, we'll check their blood test and see that their testosterones are low, and that's when we start therapy.
And so, what is that therapy? Is it you give them an increase of that hormone? So
Exactly. We need to we call it testosterone replacement therapy, and there's various forms. You know, like most medicines, there's pills. Unfortunately for testosterone, they haven't made a pill that works yet.
Okay.
Testosterone is metabolized by the liver, and for whatever reason, they can't come up with a way to get the medicine by the liver. So the first treatment typically is a gel that people put on their shoulders or their arms. It's absorbed through the skin. Men can inject themselves with testosterone. In addition, there's an implant that we do, a testosterone implant that lasts for a longer period of time.
Now, let me ask you
oh
this.
goodness, here we go with crazy man
No,
over here.
no, we only got for a second, but I have to put this out there. Now, you said they inject themselves with testosterone, right?
Correct.
Suppose they overdose with testosterone. Will they make them really, really excited and really, really gun-ho and really, you know?
Well, you see these professional athletes that take steroids.
Right.
And this is a form of a steroid, and they talk about that roid rage and all that kind of stuff.
And the energy and
I mean,
the
that
strength.
probably wouldn't be the greatest thing to do, is to overdose on testosterone. You know, there's a pretty broad range of levels for testosterone, but we don't want to go too high.
Right.
It doesn't do any good that way.
But you can tell them exactly how much they should be taking.
Exactly. And then we check after we replace it, we check their levels from time to time, so we know that their levels are good.
All right, so Dr. Segman, he'll be back next week, and he's going to talk about what we say we're going to talk about next week.
We can talk about kidney stones if you like,
And you mentioned
and
about the
we can
ladies.
talk about incontinence.
Incontinence, that's the woman thing right there.
It's
right?
not just women.
It's not?
I don't know, doctor.
It's both. It's both.
Why we can't just have something just about the women? Because they always get away with us, you know, we talk about what we did. Anyway, so if you want to know more about low T and want to find out the remedy and get help, contact Chesapeake Urology at what? How can they reach you?
Well, they can reach us at 410-581-1600. They can go on our website, which is chesapeakeurology.com.
All right, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Stop overpaying to get your air conditioning and heating system repaired. Call Long Engineering. Their years of experience and top professional technicians will repair or replace your air and heating system at unbeatable prices. And if you call now for a new air conditioning unit for your home, you will get a heating unit for free. They also have low-cost refrigerant replacement and maintenance service contracts to keep your HVAC system running smoothly. So call Long Engineering today and get these great deals and excellent service.
It's time to hit the trails on a bike from the Pikesville Bicycle Shop. They have all makes and models for all ages and sizes, and they'll service your bike and customize it to fit your needs. So for the very best variety of bikes, the best service and price, come to Pikesville Bicycle Shop or call 410-602-BIKE and take advantage of our special deals.
I love my Hero.
Another client here at By Grace Counseling Service, and his name is Carl. Carl, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
And how long have you been with the services?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Oh, so you're brand new?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What made you decide to come to get help?
Because I feel as though I had a drug addiction and I needed structure back in my life.
What type of drug were you
on? Heroin and crack cocaine.
Wow, that's tough to get off too.
Yes, sir.
How long were you doing that?
I've been doing it about 20 years, off and on.
Really?
Yes.
How old were you when you started? Because you don't look no more than about 20 or something years old.
Yes, sir. I was 16 when I started.
Okay. What made you decide to do that?
Peer pressure, hanging around with the wrong friends, and just in the wrong. I guess I came up in the wrong neighborhood.
Wrong neighborhood.
Yeah.
How was your structure, your family structure?
Family structure was pretty neat, and I was raised by just my mother.
Okay.
And she raised me and 3 other siblings.
Okay.
By herself, and she's also blind.
And she's blind?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And I had a good family though. I mean, my mother raised us four the best that she could.
Yes, she could. I mean, that's phenomenal, being blind and raising 3 children by herself. That's what's the problem with the destruction in the black family. It's too many mothers that are single raising kids by themselves because the men are either not in children's life or just don't want to be. You know, that's sad. But and then you decide to use a drug. Was that to numb the pain or to get through life? I mean, what made you decide? I know you said peer pressure, but it's got to be more than just that.
Yeah, just, you know, I was trying to fit in.
Okay.
You know, fit in with the group of guys I was hanging out with. As a neighbor, I come from a tough neighborhood.
Okay.
East Baltimore.
Okay.
You know, and I just wanted to fit in. You know?
So, how has it been so far for you here? You're inpatient as well.
Inpatient, yes sir.
Okay.
And it's been great, and it's I'm learning more structure, you know, and how to deal with my inside, you know.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's way more than the drugs. See what I'm saying?
Right.
I had some issues before the drugs.
That's what I wanted to say earlier. What were your issues before the drugs?
You know, like being shy and...
Been shot?
Shy.
Shy? Okay.
Yeah, and also I have been shot also. So,
okay.
And I just seemed like I couldn't communicate until I started... communicate with people until I started using. And
so you couldn't open up to who you were inside until the drugs made you less inhibited?
Yes, sir.
To be able to talk?
Made me be able to talk and made to interact with people, talk to a female.
Did it cause you to have a criminal record as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what crimes did you commit while you were on the drugs?
While I was on drugs, I had a handgun charge, and all the other charges was drugs.
Okay.
Possession of heroin and cocaine and stuff like that.
Were you working? How could you afford that?
Hustling.
Okay.
And I would go out and get with a group of guys and we'd sell drugs to put money in our pockets to have us looking good. But it also started off as fun, you know, and getting new clothes and, you know, stuff that come along with selling drugs.
Okay.
Know?
Okay. Well, I don't know what comes along with selling drugs. All I know, what my understanding what comes along with selling drugs is ruined life.
Yes, sir.
Ruined relationships, jail, not being able to cope. That's what comes along with selling drugs.
You're right.
The clothing and all of that, and the jewelry, that's a byproduct to keep you addicted to the drugs. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what made you decide you just was tired of it? You just wanted to give it up?
What made me decide I was tired of it because I was hurting myself, hurting my loved ones, my wife, my mother.
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Been married 18 years now.
Okay. And she's still with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Today.
Wow.
And I just was hurting everything around me. Every human being around me. Every relationship I got into with somebody, I hurted them.
Okay.
You know.
You have any children?
Drugs. Yes, I have 3 girls.
3 girls.
Yeah.
How do they feel about you now trying to get clean?
They love it. They love where I'm at, and that's what they want me to get myself together so I can be a better parent to them.
Okay. Well, much success with your recovery, my brother.
And thank you for the compliment earlier. I'm 44 years
44
old.
years old?
44.
You're still a baby. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I used to be on crack cocaine.
I used to be on heroin.
I used to be on heroin.
I used to be on pills.
And now we're not.
My name is Pamela Dukes. I used to be an addict. Now I'm the owner of By Grace Counseling Services, where we help addicts become productive members of society.
By Grace Counseling Services is a certified methadone clinic, and they can help you live a drug-free life. Don't fight those demons alone. Call 443-831-0191. Call now.
Welcome to this segment with Dr. Willie Richardson on It's Your Health and Wealth. As a matter of fact, again this week, I have Miss Joyce Green with us. And as a matter of fact, when we talked last week, I hope you caught that show. If you didn't catch that show, get a copy of it. Make sure you see that show. But when we talked last week, we talked about the fact you told me that when you were 55, you felt like you were 85. What did you mean by that?
When I was 54, I feel like I was 85. Now I'm 63, I feel like I'm 26. And that is no lie. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. And that happened, my age switched over about 4 years ago.
Wow.
When I dropped from a size 20
You were
size
wait a
12.
minute. You're pulling my leg. You were size
I was
20?
Size 20. I have it on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Wow.
It's a segment that says a picture's worth 1,000 words. So
Right.
go on YouTube and look at it. But when I dropped it in 2 months, and because I listened to the mentor and they told me exactly what to do.
Now, Dr. Wallach is your mentor.
Yes, and I
Okay.
never gained it back. And at that time, I had just left the doctor's office. He said I was high cholesterol, a borderline diabetic, borderline high blood pressure, and I was having heart palpitations. And I was having sciatica, and I was having vertigo, and my arm was ripped off when I fell in the driveway trying to help push my daughter's car. And not only was my leg snapped loose, but it's so much stuff. But I listened, and see, God had a reason for me listening because He know I had a big mouth.
We appreciate you telling your story.
Anyway,
yes.
But once I lost that weight, it took all that pressure off of my joints. And I couldn't wear heels for over 20 years. And even when I put my foot in my heel, even when I would sit down, the bones would pop and hurt, and I would scream, and I had to pull them back off.
Wow.
But once I lost that weight and was taking the minerals for a while, I realized I could wear heels. And boy, I lost my cool.
One of the things about, in losing weight, it wasn't the fact that you just lost weight, but because you were on taking a Healthy Body Challenge, you was doing Dr. Wallach's program, providing your body with all those minerals and vitamins and so forth. Matter of fact, there are 90 essential nutrients. But by giving yourself that constantly, weight is not even an issue.
Oh, I've never gained it back. That's right. No.
Wow.
And I remember going through Christmas, and I messed up that year, about 3 months after I lost the weight. 3 or 4 months, and I messed up on Christmas and New Year's. And January, I said, "Oh my gosh, I wonder if I gained any." I hadn't gained a pound.
You mean you ate more during the holidays?
Yeah, I hadn't gained a pound, and it's been 4 years. I haven't gained any weight, and I'm just telling people, if they want to get better, they have to step forward. If they have bone and joint wellness, they need to take the product. If they have heart problems, they need to take the product. The Healthy Start is the core, even if you're not sick.
Wow.
Now, Dr. Wallach used to say, stay healthy so you won't get sick. Because if you get sick, you're going to fight it all your life.
Right.
And that is the truth. If you have a problem, you can take the Healthy Start and the additional things, and you'll stay well all your life. But why get the problem?
Right.
Why get the problem? And it makes me so mad because my niece have sciatica, and she's so hard-headed. I said, you helped me when I couldn't
people
get out
believe
of
in their
bed.
doctors, right?
Yeah, it makes you so angry. I said, that's all right. Don't just
George,
take
one of the things that's really interesting, we know that the body needs nourishment. The matter of fact, the reason we eat a meal is so that we can get the nourishment. But if there's no nourishment in the food, how are we going to get it?
That's right. They have to supplement.
So you experienced that because you realized that once you got on Dr. Wallach's program and you started to give yourself nourishment, your body just slowly began to heal itself, and you could start to see some reaction just in a few days, right?
Yes, and not only that, like I said, I took care of people for 30 years. I had a menu for the people and didn't understand what minerals and vitamins were.
Wow.
I did not understand until I got in this program, and they explained it to me, and all those years I'm taking care of these people, I didn't understand. And I'm a CNA.
Wow.
It don't make no sense. You do not understand.
Yeah. So you think that probably many people out there really don't understand the value of
most people don't even know what
nutrition.
nutrition is. Most people don't even know what the word is.
They think it's just eating.
They just think it's a word. They don't even relate it to eating.
As a matter of fact, one of the things that Dr. Wallach says, he says, it's not what you eat that kills you, it's what you don't eat. And that statement is really true because we can eat food, but if we don't get the nourishment, we don't get the result. Guys, with that said, we will be right back.
Help! Someone call the doc. If you want clean air flowing through your home, call the doc. If you want to breathe clean air, free from pet hair, mold, and dust mites, it's time to call the doc. It's time to call My Duck Doc. A full system inspection including the furnace, air duct cleaning, dry vent cleaning, HVAC cleaning of the AC equipment, sanitizing, UV light installation, pet hair and dust mite removal, mold removal and treatment. Don't take the chance on breathing bad air into your lungs. Call My Duck Doc and breathe easier and safe. Okay, we mentioned about black on black crime. You said somebody was talking about that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's
the mayor or something?
Yeah, so the mayor of Baltimore, Stephanie Rawlings Blake, happened to mention in her State of the City address about how many black men are dying at the hands of other black men. So of the 211 crimes or homicides that took place in 2014, 189 of those were black men who were killed. And it's amazing
by other black men.
And so it's amazing to see, these numbers in our city. And of course, everybody's wondering, what do we do as a community to be able to decrease the amount of crime that's happening at the hands of other black people?
Well,
towards other black people.
Right. Well, you gotta, I look at it from the root of the problem. Young people are having babies too young, not knowing how to raise them, and they're not role models for those kids because they're doing the things that they shouldn't be doing in front of those kids. So it's a problem with teaching, teaching how to be parents, and then not being taught how to be parents. So I would say that's step one. If you're going to make a baby, make sure you know how to raise that child. And I would say raise in a Christian environment, because otherwise that child's just going to grow up in that same hostile environment, same hardship environment, same environment that their parents should be trying to get out of, and they're still and it's like generational curses, continuously a cycle of violence, because they don't know anything other than that, because a lot of them aren't strong enough to break away from it themselves. They go by what they see,
right,
and what's going on in their neighborhood. Like with me, I did. I broke away. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in the hood.
Okay.
But I wasn't.
Where in Baltimore?
You name it.
Oh, okay.
From Cherry Hill to Westport to Mount Wide, South Baltimore, Baltimore Street. You name it. I grew up in the ghetto. Okay, but I wasn't of the ghetto.
Meaning?
Meaning that whatever happened there, whatever the crime, whatever the problems going on, I wasn't a part of it.
Was that because you had opportunities?
No, I didn't have any
that were
opportunities.
awarded to you, so you had other avenues to be able to explore, opposed to just being stuck in your hood on your block, or
the opportunities that I had was ones that, through the grace of God, I made for myself. I was living in the same poverty, same issues that other people had, but I decided I wanted something different. I didn't want to be in that situation as I grew up. So I went to school, I learned, I got scholarships, I got grants, I got excellent grades. I stay away from the drug issues, the crime issues. I mean, I wasn't perfect, I did my little thing, but I stayed away so that I would be able to get out of that situation, to get away from those crime situations, not be a part of what they were doing. So I wound up going to college. So, you can't keep blaming your environment for your actions, because you have the willpower. If you have the willpower and you have the drive, you can get out of that situation. You don't have to be in that situation.
Yeah, I believe you. But we're now in 2015. So what do you think is the solution? Is it more black men saying, hey, I'm going to take back my community by showing other black men of the opportunities that are out there for you if you go to school and, adopt religion or, all these other things. I mean, I guess what we have to now determine is what do we need to do to make a different outcome for black men moving forward? Because as we're seeing all across the U.S., a lot of black men are dying from the hands of other black people, as well as from police brutality. I mean, there's a whole plethora of things. So, what do we do to take it back?
What they need to do,
communities?
What they need to do is the same kind of energy they put in for when there's a crime by a policeman, a white policeman that's killing a black kid. Same kind of energy they put in for protesting that, they should put in for black kids killing black kids.
Oh, I'm with you with that. And the mayor actually talked about that in her speech as well.
Same kind of energy. Same kind of protesting. Same kind of this and that. It's not a different type of crime. If you kill somebody and you shouldn't kill nobody, no matter if you're black or white, give that same kind of energy, get that same kind of protest, and demand that things be changed. And then more black men need to step up, not just black men, black women too. Need to step up.
Horse fight.
That's right. Step up and be mentors and be role models. The football players no role model. The basketball players no role model.
And our rappers and singers definitely aren't.
No role model.
My goodness.
Your parents got to be role models. Right. Men in the community got to be role models. Men in the churches got to be role models. Yeah. And they got to step up and do their part. Now, some kids are young people to the point where they just gave up. So they're not, you just have to pray for them because they just gave up. That's why they're still shooting each other, doing the drugs on the corner, doing crimes that they don't really have to do, but do it because they just feel disenfranchised, And they always say, well, give us opportunities. There are opportunities, but you are not taking advantage of the opportunity. When you drop out of school, that's an opportunity you just lost because you dropped out of school. When you don't get good grades because you're doing this and doing everything but studying, that's an opportunity that you just lost. Don't keep asking for opportunities. They're out there. Okay, nobody's going to give you nothing, and sometimes
gotta work hard for everything you get.
Exactly. And then and us as a black race, sometimes have to work harder to get what we want. Right. But if you already know that, then do the work harder to get what you want. You know, so you can't, you know, too much blaming white man, the society, blaming your environment. Don't stop the blame. Look in the mirror. That's where the blame goes. Look in the mirror. The parents, you look in the mirror, determine how you raised that child. That child is doing what they're doing. Look in the mirror at yourself as a parent. Look in the mirror at yourself as an individual. That's where the blame is.
I'm feeling that.
That's right.
So I guess we want to tell people, like, if you are a organization that is actually doing things to effectively create change in the community, whether it is that you have outreach programs that can help other young people to be as great as they can be, or even programs that are helping black men, white men, Asian men, I don't care, all types of people to be the best them possible. Let us know about who you are and what you're doing so that we can be a resource to tell other people like yourselves who are watching what type of help is out there, right, so that you can know how to connect those dots to opportunities.
Exactly. And young people, if you're in a bad situation, you're living in a bad situation, don't bring any children in that same situation.
Ooh, that's a whole other topic right there.
Exactly. Don't bring any children in that situation.
Get it off your chest today, I see.
Exactly. Because they're young, they already live in a bad situation, a poverty situation, a hard situation, and you're going to bring another child into that? Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, keep them up. Keep it out. Don't do it.
Keep it up, keep it out.
That's right. Keep it.
It's not funny,
keep
but
it up.
He said.
Right?
What's the other move? Can I see this one?
Go
okay.
ahead.
I don't know. I'm just trying to prepare myself for the keep it out movement you're going to do. I used to keep it up. Let's keep it out.
Right. And keep them out of your house. Keep them out of your keep them out of your bed. Keep them out of your situation.
You took the safe route with that one.
That's right. Keep it out. You know?
I know.
You're crazy. Anyway, but that's the situation. You got to look in the mirror. Look in, like Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror.
About the man in the mirror.
There you go. That's what you got to look at. That's what you got to look at. Don't blame anybody else but yourself. All right, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You can look eye to eye at anyone when you're wearing the exquisite couture frames from Eye to Eye. Their beautiful exclusive eyewear is imported from all over the world, including London, Tokyo, Milan, and Paris. You will not see these frames anywhere else. The specialists at Eye to Eye have the finest frames, great personalized service, and they do all the customizing in their in-house lab. So call or come in and get the most fashionable and unique eyewear only at Eye to Eye.
Okay, that was another fantastic show.
It was definitely hot, smoking, sizzle.
You know what? When I'm watching the show, it seems like it just goes off way too fast. Right? So make sure you tune in every single Sunday at 9 a.m. and tell your friends.
Yes, and we're always looking for guests. So just please reach out to us at odysseyproductionshows.com. Leave a message, and we would love to talk with you about getting a guest on the show.
Absolutely. So if it's all good, it's all God, so be blessed.
Put God first.
Because through Him,
all things
all possible.
So long.
See you next week.